Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Today and tomorrow is the future of fintech and the CB Insights in New York, New York. And that's going to be, from what I'm hearing today, it was already very exciting. And I believe tomorrow they're probably going to knock it out of the park because it's also going to be the final day for this event. And also, too, speaking of the future of fintech, the Fintech 250 was released, and again, Ripple made the list. And as well, I want to say shout out to Payson. Good job for those guys as well. Payson, also to connecting back and built on Stellar. And Payson actually launched a stablecoin that was built on the Stellar network. And so the other, kind of I'd consider it a big aspect is Payson also has partnerships with major international card networks like Visa, MasterCard, and China Union. So that's pretty significant and a pretty big deal, in my opinion. So McHenry introduces legislation to provide legal clarity and certainty for digital asset projects. And again, if you're interested in these full articles, feel free to click the link below as provided in the description below. So in the discussion today with the SEC, McHenry made up a lot of great points. And again, I love that the focus kept coming back to clarity, clarity, clarity. And so Patrick McHenry released his, let's go back to that, his bill today called the Safe Harbor for Digital Token Innovation. Also, too, a protocol upgrade or protocol 18 upgrade guide for Stellar, which is, I think a lot of people aren't going to realize how big this is until it kind of hits them or jumps up and surprises them, so to speak. But for the past few months, there's been growing excitement about the Stellar Protocol 18 release, which enables the creation of automated market makers, the AMMs, on Stellar. And that's going to be a pretty significant deal. Again, breezing through some articles because I want to get you with a lot of stuff in as short a time as I can, as Texas is now poised to be a world leader in blockchain and basically in Bitcoin, because Texas has seen the upside of China's decision to cancel the Bitcoin mining. So in what was set off the great mining migration to Austin, Texas, and that's pretty significant for the U.S. to see the Bitcoin mining moving from China to the USA, much less directed at Austin, Texas. Also, too, I wanted to kind of have a refresher here as well because of something I've mentioned recently in the past, off and on a few videos, basically how Vechain was one of the two approved cryptocurrencies in China. Now, here's where a lot of people are misunderstanding. Vechain, it made the list of 197 blockchain firms that were approved by Chinese regulators. But now the blockchain firms were different than the actual cryptocurrency. But here's what I want to pull up and just show you really quick is number one, Vechain Vet and Parcel X GPX. And again, that comes to a crypto-based parcel delivery service. And then that was the first time we discussed that. We kind of gotten into the, possibility of postal services becoming banks. And this was kind of intended to be an extension of yesterday's video, but I'm going to make it, short and sweet, so to speak, instead of making it a whole, basically its own video. But this is basically where, our discussion on Twitter kind of led to last night's video. And then again, just wanted to highlight and point that out again in tonight's video, because I mentioned that I would, even though it was kind of brief in both videos. I'm kind of making my point more direct and, short and sweet, so to speak. But again, I'm going to highlight, if you're looking at your screen, you can see it in red. Please don't look if you're driving or working. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. But Vechain Vet, one of the two approved, and Parcel X, with ticker GPX. Those are the two approved cryptocurrencies in China out of the 197 blockchain firms that were approved by the Chinese regulators. And a lot of people don't necessarily understand the difference between a blockchain firm versus a cryptocurrency when they see them being approved, they think it's a massive thing, but it's really not. It's down to those two. So Vechain, as we've shown, had been the exclusive supply chain of the APAC region, which is the Asia Pacific region, which is 60% of the global population. So again, they're doing a lot of things. And there's a lot of things I'm kind of hesitant to say, but we'll get into them as the time is needed. But, I believe, as we have always shown, our top 4 favorites on this channel, and they are the leaders in what they do. And soon that will, be, I guess you could say, referenced in volume, and that will, of course, increase the value. And soon enough, the price will match its value. But there's a lot of big things happening behind the scenes, and soon we'll see how this plays out. And it'll be very exciting if it continues to stay on track. And again, guys, remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. But I always want to leave you with a final thought. Every successful individual knows that his or her achievement depends on a community of persons working together. And I think we have one amazing community. And much love to each and every one of you. We'll catch you in the next one.